Right now at noon, KOAM teams up with Hero Fund USA to help first responders purchase the safety equipment they desperately need.
And after a busy morning with severe thunderstorms across the area, we're now hot and humid with more thunderstorms in the forecast. We'll take a look at all of that coming up.
And torrential rains lead to tornadoes near Chicago. We take a look at the damage.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
After a wild night, there's more on the way. Sorry about that. It's First Responders Giving Day, and our Hero Fund Telethon is underway. Your chance to give back to those who dedicate their lives to our community. Our phone lines are open, and you can call or text. The numbers you need are at the bottom of your screen. This is KOAM News at Noon. I'm Tanya Bach. Topping our first 7 minutes, a night of severe weather in the 4 states. Heavy rains and strong winds overnight downed a number of trees and limbs. Now, this is video from a neighborhood near 162 Road and Oak Street in Carthage. Across the state line, Crawford County reported a number of water rescues as well. Well, after a wild night, there's more on the way. Chris Warner joins us live from our Hero Fund call center with a first look at your forecast.
Yeah, Tanya, we are here at our Joplin office just off of 7th and Range Line for our inaugural First Responders Giving Day. We're going to have more on that in just a moment, but as you mentioned, we had a wild night of thunderstorms across the area last night. A number of severe thunderstorm warnings rolling through the area, a number of wind damage reports, and we mentioned about this time yesterday that wind was going to be a significant factor in the storms, and that's exactly how it panned out. Now, right now, we've gone back to these partly cloudy skies, hot and humid conditions. Live look from the MoDOT camera at 32nd and Range Line. You can see plentiful sunshine out there right now. And as we look at the KDOT camera at 69 and East 520th Avenue, just south of Pittsburgh, again, plentiful sunshine, a stark contrast to what we had early this morning. We do have heat advisories in southeast Kansas and northeast Oklahoma through 8 o'clock tonight, and then for Cherokee County and parts of southwest Missouri until 7 tonight. And that's because we're still looking at heat index values pushing 105 out there. Yesterday started the day off at 71, so only a degree above average. We made it up to 102, 12 degrees above where we should be for this time of year, and only 10 degrees shy of a record high last time. So that's just an incredible temperature jump. Right now, though, again, not as bad as yesterday, but still quite muggy out there. 88 Fort Scott, 87 Pittsburgh. We're at 90 here in Joplin, 90 in Miami, and 88 in Neosho. What we're keeping an eye on is obviously staying hot. Heat index values today still 105, possibly up to 110. Another round of strong, possibly severe thunderstorms overnight tonight. And then additional strong, possibly severe thunderstorms as we head into Friday and into Saturday morning. So we're going to have more on your complete forecast here in just a few more minutes. But we want to remind you, we are here at our Joplin office for our inaugural First Responders Giving Day. This is our call center here. We started taking these calls early this morning, about 6 a.m., and we will continue to do so through 6:30 this evening. The goal here is to raise money for first responders, like the ones that you see right here answering these phones. We only have one answering the phone, so you need to call so that all of them have some phones to answer around here. We are talking law enforcement officers, firefighters, emergency medical service officers, personnel, the men and women that serve our 4-state community. We mentioned those water rescues in Crawford County this morning from the Pittsburgh Fire Department. Wouldn't be possible without folks like the ones sitting in this room right now. So this is your chance to give something back to those who give so much to us on a regular basis, and in some cases have given everything. So you can call the number that's on the bottom of your screen. You can use Venmo. You can text or scan the QR code that you see below. All the money donated goes straight to our local first responders to help them buy the safety equipment they need. Things like bulletproof vests, firefighting equipment, water rescue equipment, high-tech devices, and so much more. We're going to have an interview with Diamond's Fire Chief about some equipment that they actually received a few years ago from Hero Fund USA here in just a few more minutes. And again, we'll have more on that stormy forecast in a few more minutes as well. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. And here's a look at those numbers. If you want to donate by phone, call 888-620-4869, or you can text Hero Fund to 44321, or you can donate via Venmo with the @Hero Fund USA, and make sure that when you donate you put in the note KOAM. Well, topping Nation Watch, suspected tornadoes ripped through areas near Chicago, causing significant property damage. Luckily, no major injuries were reported. Torrential rain set the stage in Elgin. A tornado damaged several homes. In McCook, Illinois, a storm ripped off the roof of Skyline Motel, sending debris everywhere. The twisters and sweltering heat are causing big problems for millions of Americans. People in Southern California are facing triple-digit temperatures today, and forecasters say the extreme weather will be around for days. Heat advisories are in effect from Oregon to Florida, while the tornado threat is moving east. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly announces federal funding to support the state's electrical grid infrastructure. The U.S. Department of Energy is giving Kansas more than $13 million to modernize it. The funds will support projects that enhance the resilience and reliability of the power grid. It'll also promote training and retention of a skilled workforce. Officials say this investment aims to strengthen emergency preparedness and upgrade the power grid to provide clean and affordable electricity, particularly during extreme weather events. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM News at noon. We're making sangria slushies in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, and let's get those phones.
762.
Okay. Yeah. What's your phone number?
How much money do you want? Okay.
Our Hero Fund Telethon continues on the KOAM News at noon. All you have to do is call or text the number that you see right there on the bottom of your screen and pledge a donation. All funds donated today will stay in our area and will help pay for first responder safety equipment and resources. Our own Chris Warner is live in the Hero Fund call center with more.
Yeah, Tanya, we're here at our Joplin office, 7th and Range Line, for our inaugural First Responders Hero Fund telethon here. We have 4 out of 6 people on the phone. So we need to have 6 out of 6 people on the phone. So make sure you are calling those telephone numbers that you're seeing on your screen. We're joined right now by Diamond Fire Chief Gordon Skogsberg. And first off, thanks for joining us here and coming up here for all of this. And I understand back in 2019, you actually worked with the Hero Fund and managed to receive 4 sets of bunker gear for the department.
Yes, we did. And that helped us out a lot because right now bunker gear is around $300 to $3,500 just to gear up one person. So that's a significant increase on that since then.
And in terms of getting that for the department, how essential is it to have gear like that and any of the other equipment you carry for your fire department?
Well, it's very essential because it does protect the firefighters when they go into a burning building. And that's the only protection they have that they have to rely on. So we have to make sure that it is up to date and good.
And how difficult would it have been to get that equipment if you hadn't had Hero Fund available?
It would have taken a little longer to do that. We'd only be able to get maybe 1 or 2 sets of gear at a time per year because of the cost.
So this is something like this is extraordinarily essential for fire departments or all first responders to be able to get the gear they need to keep communities safe.
Yes, because all the small departments have a very small budget. And with the cost of everything being and repairs of the equipment and everything, it is a challenge to do that sometimes.
All right, Gordon, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. And that's just one story of many in terms of those who have been able to benefit from Hero Fund USA. And we are asking you to call the numbers that are on your screen. Scan that QR code. You can do Venmo. Like I said, we had 4 out of 6 folks on the phone. Now we've only got 3 out of 6. So you need to call those numbers right now. Sorry, 2 out of 6. So we've got people standing by. They are waiting to take your phone call. We're urging you to do that today, because all of the money that you donate stays here locally for our local first responders. And as I mentioned, we had the water rescues from the Pittsburgh Fire Department. That's just one local example of local departments that get out there, service every day, and without some of the equipment they have and without some of this extra assistance, they wouldn't be able to do these things. So make sure that you do call those numbers again, 888-620-4869, or you can text Hero Fund, that's one word, Hero Fund, Fund to 44321, or you can donate via Venmo with the @Hero Fund USA, and make sure that when you donate that you put in the note KOAM. So again, call those numbers. You've got a number of options to donate, and we will be taking your calls all the way through 6:30 this evening here on KOAM. Now, as we mentioned, we got a lot of weather to talk about. Tanya, we're going to send it back to you because you've also got some food to talk about.
That's right. And just think, if everyone is able to call in, just donate a few dollars, imagine the difference that we could make. Thanks so much, Chris. We'll still come on the KOAM News at noon. Mr. Food.
The cool and refreshing international favorite we're making today will have you saying, ooh, it's so good.
And as mentioned, we're live here in Joplin for Hero Fund USA for our inaugural Hero Fund Telethon. Make sure you are calling those numbers. These guys want to be busy taking your calls. We've also got more thunderstorm chances in our forecast. We're going to take a look at that complete forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. I am here in the call center for our inaugural First Responders Giving Day. We've got 6 folks here manning these phones. All of them need to be busy. All of them want to be busy. So make sure you're calling the numbers on the screen. Remember, all the money you donate goes to our first responders here in the 4 states and to help them buy equipment and other things to ensure that they can continue to serve us as best as they can. We've got thunderstorms to talk about, so let's dive right into this. In terms of the rest of this evening, we still have that low-end risk for some small hail and perhaps some gusty winds across part of the area with some stronger storms we could see later this evening. Let's take a look at the future track, and we'll talk about those thunderstorms that we could see later this evening. Here we are at 5. You start to see a few of these scattered showers, a couple of thunderstorms out there, and as we go later into the night and into early tomorrow morning, we'll start to see additional showers and thunderstorms. And then by about 3, 4 a.m., look at this line. Yates Center down to Fredonia, Parsons, back toward Baxter Springs, Miami, Anderson, Pineville, a big line of showers and thunderstorms, and these could be strong, possibly severe, and look at just how this continues to expand across the area. Here we are at 9 a.m., continuous showers and thunderstorms, and again, some of these strong, possibly severe, with large hail and damaging winds honestly being the primary risks with these. And then throughout our Friday, we'll get some pauses, and then we're expecting additional showers and thunderstorms later Friday night into early Saturday morning across the area. And again, some of those could be on the strong side, maybe low-grade severe with some large hail and damaging wind out there. So let's take a look at that risk. Again, you can see that low-wind risk for today. We have that elevated risk for strong to severe thunderstorms as we head into tomorrow. And then for Saturday morning, we're getting down to just scattered thunderstorm chances without a severe threat. MoDOT camera 32nd and range line showing us sunshine. Our camera at the KOAM studios just north of Crestline. It's also sunshine out there. You can see a few clouds from our camera right here above us at 7th and range line. But look at this, 90 in Joplin, sunny skies, heat index 97 degrees. That dew point up there at 72. The humidity is just absolutely intense out there. Same in Pittsburgh, 87 feels like 94. Dew point also 72. Temperatures around the region, 88 Chanute, 89 Chetopa, 90 Miami, 88 Neosho. We factor in that dew point, that humidity. Feels like 96 in Neodesha, 95 in Parsons, feels like 100 in Commerce, 95 Neosho, feels like 103 in Veneta. Now, as we go through the rest of our afternoon, still looking at highs right about the mid-90s, but those heat index values still pushing upwards of 100, 105 out there, maybe even up to 110 for some, and that's why we have those heat advisories across parts of the area through this evening. We go into the evening, and we'll start to see that increase in some scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. A couple of strong storms possible, but just like this morning, the real action gets started after midnight. We'll start to see additional showers and thunderstorms, some strong to severe as we head into tomorrow morning. Overnight lows, low 70s, upper 60s. Scattered thunderstorms through our Friday, low 90s, but that humidity still could push the heat index 95 to 100 out there. We'll go low 90s all the way through Tuesday. Additional thunderstorm chances Monday and Tuesday, but look at Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or maybe don't look at those days because summer returns with a vengeance. Temperatures shoot right back up, upper 90s, lower 100s out there with only a slim shot of showers by next Friday. So we got More thunderstorm chances. We're definitely going to be here tracking those for you as we head through the evening into tomorrow morning. We'll be right back here again as needed. And of course, we want to remind you, we're here for our First Responders Giving Day for Hero Fund USA. Pete's sponsoring the phone bank today. We want to thank them so much for taking care of that. We have 6 people here all waiting to take your phone calls. Make sure you're calling the numbers on your screen. Donate. Everything you donate stays local here in the 4 states for our first responders. Tanya?
All right, thank you so much, Chris. And stick around. We're making sangria granitas, or sangria slushies, I like to call them, after the break. Well, when the sun comes out, it's time to cool down. And today, Howard shows us his version of an adult Italian ice in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Did you ever have an ice-cold glass of homemade sangria with lots of fruit in it that was so good you can still remember it? If you know what I'm talking about, then you're going to go crazy over what we're making today. It's a cool and refreshing frozen take on sangria, known in Italy as granita. Here in the States, it's more of a fruity flavored shaved ice, which goes together like this. What we do is add a cup of water to a saucepan along with some sugar. After that dissolves, we add some grape juice, orange juice, fresh blackberries or raspberries, and a couple sticks of cinnamon. We let this simmer for a bit, then we add some red wine, and we let it simmer a little longer. At this point, we strain it to remove the cinnamon stick and any seeds from the berries. Once it cools, cover it and pop it in the freezer to set up overnight. Right before serving it, we scrape it with a fork, like this, which creates our fruity shaved ice. 1 spoonful, and you're going to be making this all summer long. It tastes just like a sangria in the form of a slushie. To get your hands on our icy sangria granita, all you need to do is check out our website. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an icy, fun, and fruity way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Yeah, those look good. You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at our 4 state market prices.
All right, reminder, we have heat advisories for some of us through the evening hours. Heat index values up to 105, maybe slightly higher. Temperatures mid-90s. Then we'll have more thunderstorms this evening, more thunderstorms overnight into tomorrow morning. Those could be strong, possibly severe. Additional scattered thunderstorms as we head into Friday evening and into Saturday morning. Some of those could be strong to severe. We'll go low 90s through Tuesday and start heating up toward the middle of next week. And we want to remind you, we are here at our Joplin office. We've got folks manning these phones until 6:30 tonight for our inaugural First Responders Giving Day. This is for Hero Fund USA. These folks need to take your calls. Call the numbers on the bottom of your screen.
All right, thanks, Chris. Coming up tonight at 5, federal health officials approved the first ever over-the-counter birth control pill. We'll have more in Health Watch. Plus, the Carthage mayor discusses a Facebook group that's attempting to recall council members. And the Environmental Protection Agency is checking yards in Baxter Springs, Kansas for lead contamination. Join us for those stories and much more tonight on the KOAM News at 5. Thanks for joining us for the KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.